Dear students, I welcome you again in this session. But before starting my session, I would like to thank you very much for watching my videos and sending me so many comments. Dear, as you have sent your positive comments, in the same way you try to send something negative so that I could be the teacher of your expectations. Actually, the way you have praised me is accepted, but I hope you are going to pin holes so that I could improve myself day by day in my every session. So let's begin the session here. As I have told you in my previous session that words are associated in a sentence or combined in a sentence. So if the words are not associated properly, and if the words are not combined properly, then there is an error. Dear, every part of speech is associated in a sentence as per its logic, and it starts from articles. Articles are not new thing for you. You have definitely read it earlier. So let's see what is happening here. Once again I am saying to you that our parts of speech are associated in a sentence as per the logic, and it starts from articles. Articles are the first parts of speech, not noun. Our parts of speech starts with articles, not noun. I will let you know how many parts of speech, because you have read only 8 parts of speech. So let's begin. Dear, I have already written association of articles and their error points in a sentence. One thing I would like to suggest you, if you are simply watching my video having your phone in your hand, I think it's not good. You just try to have a pen and notebook in your hand and try to note down what I am saying to you. As you read in your classroom, in the same way, you try to have everything from me in your room or in your study room while you are watching my video. Okay? So again I am coming to the point, associations of articles and the errors point in a sentence. I am going to make you clear how articles are associated in a sentence. And if articles are not associated properly, then there is error. So very first I mention articles and their concept. Articles are ornaments of English language. What articles are? Articles are ornaments of English language. You have read a, an, and the. This is what I am saying to you. A, an, and the, a, an, and the are said to be articles when they are meaninglessly associated with nouns in a sentence. So, what you know? You know that articles are the ornaments of English language which are associated with nouns. And in this course, we have two kinds of articles. The first one is indefinite articles and the second one is definite articles. How many articles? Indefinite articles. Indefinite articles. In this regard, we have a, and now definite article. In this regard, we have the. So, a, and the are said to be articles when they are meaninglessly associated with nouns. Articles have not any certain meanings. Very first, you should know it. They are associated especially to beautify the appearance of nouns. Listen once again. Articles are especially associated with nouns to beautify their appearance. I think you might have understood. And in this course, we have two kinds of articles, indefinite articles and definite articles. A and an are said to be indefinite articles, the is said to be definite articles. But here I one thing going to clear that indefinite and definite are only names. A and the have nothing to do with their name. It means a and an are not bound to its name, that is indefinite. So, never you think that a and an are used, you mean a and an are associated with the nouns when there is indefinite sense. Of course, a and an are used to produce indefinite sense, but they are not bound to their name. In the same way, as per the name of the is definite article, you mean the is not bound to its name. You mean the is not only used to produce definite sense. Of course, we use the to produce definite sense, but never you think that the is used only to produce where the sense is definite. So, let us see how these a and the are happening in a sentence. You mean how a and the are associated with nouns. Very first, see the association of a and an. Association of a and an. Dear, a and an are the articles which are associated with nouns which are singular and countable. What kind of noun we need? We need singular and countable noun. You mean for the association of a and an, your noun should be singular and countable. What your noun should be? Your noun should be singular and countable. You mean the noun that can be counted and the noun that is only one in number. If you find a noun in singular form and if you find a noun that is countable, there should be either a or an. So we come to conclude that a and an have the same association. A and an have the same association, but they are different when they are associated in a sentence with their particular nouns, because nouns have different sounds. Nouns have different sounds, and you have read that we have two kinds of sound. One is called consonant sound, another is called vowel sound. So if your noun is of consonant sound and countable, you have to associate a with your noun. Listen again. If your noun is of consonant sound and in singular form, you have to associate a with your noun. Let's see example. A book. Very simple. A book. Here book is countable. Okay, and its sound is of consonant. One thing I just want to clear here, that while you are finding out the sound of your noun, you just try to similarize, just try to make it out in Hindi. For example, you have read in your Hindi consonant sounds and vowel sound. So book is consonant, and so here is a. Here is a. Next, a union leader. A union leader. Here U is vowel, but its sound is of consonant. So here I have used a. What? U is definitely vowel here, but actually it is not uttered as vowel. It is uttered as consonant, and you have to find it out in Hindi. U, like this. U. So U is consonant. It's why I have associated a with union leader. You can say he is a union leader. Okay. One more example. An MP. An MP. M is consonant, but actually it is uttered as vowel. So I have associated an with MP. An with MP. Next, an engineer. An engineer. Here I have used an engineer because E is vowel. E is vowel. So I have associated an before engineer. Since an is associated with the nouns of vowel sound, So we come to conclude that a is associated before the noun which is of consonant sound and in singular form an is associated with the noun which is of vowel sound and in singular form. This is what we have to learn. This is what we have to read here. So dear students, I just try to make you out that while you are placing an in a sentence before your nouns, very first you try to find its sound. If the sound of your noun is of consonant and is it in singular form, then you have to place a before the noun. If your noun is of vowel sound and in singular form, then you have to use and before your noun. This is what you have to care in case of association of articles, you mean indefinite articles in a sentence. Okay, so this is the basic concept of placing an before nouns which are singular. So again I am saying to you that and an have the same function. You mean as is associated with a noun, in the same way an is associated with a noun. But the difference is, if you associate with a noun, your noun should be of consonant sound. If you associate an with your noun should be of vowel sound. And in both the cases, you mean with and your nouns should be singular. And as I told you that articles are ornament of English language, they have not any certain meaning. So let's here clear it is right or wrong. Here I have written a book. It doesn't mean that a book means ek pustak. It means book, not ek book. Okay? A union leader, it doesn't mean that ek union neta. It means union leader. And an MP doesn't mean that ek MP, it means MP. An engineer means not that ek engineer, it means engineer. So this is what you have to follow. Actually, it has not certain meanings. They are simply associated with nouns, as I have told you earlier, to beautify the appearance of nouns, not as per a certain meaning. So I think it should be clear. So let's see all the associations of and an with nouns in a sentence. The very first association, here I am denoting a means association 1, A1. A and an plus, you mean and an is associated with the nouns showing profession. With the nouns showing profession. Those nouns that show our profession and occupation are associated with and. For example, you have to say he is a teacher. He is a teacher. Very simple. He is a teacher. Actually, it doesn't mean that वह एक शिक्षक है. ऑफ कोर्स इन हिंदी हम इसको कह सकते हैं कि वह एक शिक्षक है, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि एक शिक्षक है, क्योंकि ही तो एक है, ये है. आपको सीधा समझना है वह शिक्षक है, वे शिक्षक है. यहाँ ये का मतलब एक नहीं हो रहा है. और चूँकि टीचर क्या है, ये टीचर वर्ड उसके प्रोफेशन को दिखा रहा है, टीचिंग को दिखा रहा है, इसलिए हमने यहाँ का लगाया अ लगाया. तो ही इज़ अ टीचर, इट मीन्स teaching is the profession. So I have associated a before teacher. And why the here is a? Because teacher has consonant sound. What has consonant sound? He is a teacher. A shows the profession of him, which is teaching. Which is teaching. Actually, I have placed here a not to show that he is a teacher. I have associated a with teacher to show his profession. Okay. Next, she is an engineer. She is an engineer. Engineer. Here engineer has vowel sound. It's why I have placed an here. He is an engineer. Okay. She is a doctor. She is a doctor. It is also showing the profession. Now, my father is a farmer. Is a farmer. My father is a farmer. Here, farmer shows the profession of my father. Okay. He is an HEIR. It is heir, not hair. He is an heir to his parents. He is an heir to his parents. Here H is consonant, but its sound is of vowel, so I have placed an here. He is an heir to his पेरेंट्स. हेयर मीन्स उत्तराधिकारी. हिंदी में हम क्या बोलते हैं इसको? उत्तराधिकारी. आप समझ रहे होंगे. ही इज़ एन हेयर टू हिज पेरेंट्स. सो दिस इज वेरी फर्स्ट एसोसिएशन ऑफ अ एंड एन with nouns showing profession and occupation. Here farming is occupation. Okay. Engineer is profession and teacher is also profession. Now let's see the second association. An plus animals showing their class. You mean specie. Specie means jati. Specie means jati. A and an, a or an, a or an plus animal showing their class or species. It means a and an are associated with the nouns that falls under animals category to show their class, to show their species. For example, a cow. Very simple. You have read. Here cow means एक गाय नहीं. Here cow means गाय की पूरी जाति. गाय की पूरी जाति. Okay. And elephant. Here the whole class of elephant, not a particular elephant. Okay. Now a dog. Here the whole class of dog, not a particular dog. And owl. Here the whole class of owl, not a particular owl. So again I am saying to you that you have to place, you have to associate or an with the animals that show their species, that show their class. Actually a cow means not a particular cow, a cow means the whole cow, the whole class of the cow, all the cows of the world. Okay, and an elephant means not a particular elephant but the whole class of elephants. A dog means not a particular dog but the whole class of dog. An owl means not a particular owl but the whole class of owls. So this is the second association of a and an with the animals showing their class or species. Species means jati. Now see the second. Next, now see this next association of a and an plus nouns showing unit. Noun showing unit. You mean an is used to show the unit of noun. Unit of noun, for example, let's see, a kg of rice. A kg of rice. In Hindi, 1 kg rice. Here I am showing unit. Okay, इकाई, जिसको हम इकाई बोलते हैं. an hour, it means unit of hour. Okay, a month. Okay, you can use these words in your sentence as I have only a kg of rice in my kitchen. Okay, you can't write 1 kg of rice in my kitchen because 1 is adjective, not article. So to show unit of nouns you have to use a or an. If the sound is of consonant, you have to use, you have to place, you have to associate a with your noun. If the sound is of vowel, you have to use an with your nouns. So dear, let's see the next association. An plus adjective plus noun. It means you have to associate either a or an with the noun which is associated with adjective. What I told you, you have to place either a or an with the nouns which is associated with adjectives. It means if your noun is associated with adjective, has a consonant sound, then you have to place a. If your noun is associated with adjective and it has vowel sound, you have to place an before your noun. As for example, a tall boy. an intelligent student. Let's see. Here boy is noun. Earlier I told you that noun is a naming words. So boy is a noun here and tall is adjective here. And the sound of the tall is of consonant, so I have placed a here. Okay. Here student is a noun and it is associated with the adjective intelligent, which has the sound of vowel, so I have placed an here. Is it okay? Definitely it should be okay. Next, one more example, see you. A smart student. A smart student. A student is noun here. A is article here and smart is adjective here. A student is noun here, smart is adjective here, and it has the sound of consonant, so I have placed a here. So again I am clearing, if your noun is associated with adjective and the sound of the adjective is of consonant, then you have to place a before your noun. If your noun is associated with adjective and the sound of the adjective is of vowel, then you have to place an before your noun. Okay. Next, and plus noun plus sign of exclamation. And plus noun plus sign of exclamation. It means if your noun is associated with sign of exclamation, then you have to place either a or an as per the sound of the noun. If the sound of your noun is of consonant, then you have to place a. If the sound of your noun is of vowel, then you have to place an before your noun. For example, what a man. What a man. Man is the noun with consonant sound. Man is the noun with consonant sound. It's why I have placed here a, and here is sign of exclamation. What a man. Okay. Next, what an officer. What an officer. What an officer. Here we have vowel sound. It's why I have used an here. I have used an here, and here is sign of exclamation. So dear, if your noun is associated with sign of exclamation, it means if you are going to express your strong feelings with your nouns, sign of exclamation is used whenever we express our strong feelings such as wonder, surprise, pleasure, hatred, and so on. So, if you find your noun any one of these cases, you mean if you are going to express either your wonder, either your surprise, either your pleasure, okay, with your noun, then you have to place either a or an. You mean, again I am saying to you, if your noun is of consonant sound, you have to place a. If your noun is of vowel sound, you have to place an. The condition is here should be sign of exclamation. You mean your noun should be associated with exclamation, sign of exclamation. What a man, what an officer. Let's see one more example. What an idea. What an idea. What an idea. Here is sign of exclamation. So I have placed an here because idea has the sound of vowel. What an idea. Again see, I am saying to you again that if your noun is associated with sign of exclamation, you mean if you are going to express your wonder, surprise, pleasure, hatred or any one of your strong feelings, then you have to place either or and before your noun. And the condition is your noun should be singular. Your noun should be singular. Okay. Next. And plus a stranger. And plus a stranger. You mean or and are placed before a stranger. You mean anything which is a stranger, which is strange in your experience, then you have to use either or and before your noun. For example, you say in Hindi, कोई राजा था. Actually, you don't know much about the king. It's why you are saying कोई राजा था. You have only one information that the man was a king. Actually, what his name was, what his nature was, how his behavior was, and how long or how wide his emperor was, nothing is known to you. So dear, the king is a stranger for you. It's why you are using there was a king. There was a king. There was a king. It means कोई राजा था, not एक राजा था. Okay. Here king is a stranger. It's why you have placed a here because king is in singular form and it has consonant sound. Never you think, never you understand or never you try to make somebody out that एक राजा था. No, कोई राजा था and the king was a stranger. So there was a king. Next, there has a ground. There has a ground. Actually, there has a ground. It has not a special sense. Actually, ground is not being used here especially. Simply you are saying that there has a ground. वहाँ एक मैदान है. Actually, what the name of the ground, what is the area of the ground, for what ground is famous, nothing of these information is known to you. The ground is a strange thing, a strange place for you. It's why you are using a before the word ground. You mean if you don't know much about your noun which is singular form, which is in singular form, again listen, if you don't know much about your noun and your noun is in singular form, then you have to place either a or an before your noun as per its sound. As I have told you earlier that a and an have common functions, a and have common associations, but they are found uncommon when the nouns appear in your sentence with their different sounds. It means if your singular noun is of consonant sound, then you have to place a before your noun, then you have to associate a with your noun. If your noun is of vowel sound, then you have to place and before your noun, not as a meaningful word but as an ornament to your noun, because I have told you in the beginning in this session that articles are ornaments of English language. They have not any certain meaning. Those teachers who might have taught you that a means ek, and means ek, I think it is wrong. Of course, we use a and an to express unit, as I have given examples. To show unit of your noun, you use a and an. Of course, they are used to show unit, but it doesn't mean that they are only bound to show the sense of unit. Okay, so let's see this association a and an plus stranger. If your noun is a stranger, if you don't know much about your noun and your noun is in singular form, then you have to place either a or an before your noun. Okay, there has a ground. I have given two examples in this regard. There was a king. This is the first example. There has a ground. This is the second example. One more example I am giving you. I found a pen there. मुझे वहाँ कोई पेन मिला, मुझे वहाँ कोई पेन मिला, या मुझे वहाँ एक पेन मिला. आप ये भी बोल सकते हैं I found a pen there. Actually, pen, you are simply mentioning pen here, not the making of the pen, not the brand of the pen, not the owner of the pen. You are simply saying that मुझे वहाँ पर कोई पेन मिला. It's why I found a pen there. Okay, so pen is not clearly defined here. It has been used as a stranger, used in extensions. Okay, one more example. A woman came yesterday. A woman came yesterday. Here, a woman came yesterday. Actually, it means you don't know much about the woman. You simply know that a female came yesterday, and it's why you have used a woman came yesterday. कल कोई महिला आई थी, कल एक महिला आई थी, ऐसा नहीं सोचे. ओके, आपको बोलना है, आपको समझना है कि कल कोई महिला आई थी. वन मोर एग्जाम्पल आई एम गिविंग टू यू डियर. लेट यू आर सिटिंग इन माई ऑफिस and somebody visits and ask about me. Hey, you just tell me where is your teacher. Okay, and he is the person around locality, around the place where my center is. Okay, so if you meet me, you will say to me, sir, a man came yesterday. Actually, you simply say to me that, sir, I don't know about much of the man who came yesterday. He was quite a stranger for me. He simply told me that I am willing to see your teacher. So you say to me, sir, a man came yesterday and he was very much interested to see you. Okay? Because man was a complete stranger for you. Clear? So let's again, you have to place either or an before the noun that is a stranger for you. Okay, you mean if you don't know much about your noun, then you have to place either a or an before the noun. Clear? Next association, an plus adjective plus noun plus sign of exclamation. It means if your noun is associated with adjective and here is a sign of exclamation, then you have to place either a or an before the adjective, not before the noun. And your articles, you have to select your a or an as per the sound of the adjective, not as per the sound of the noun. If the adjective is of consonant sound, then there is a. If the adjective is of vowel sound, then there is an. For example, what an innocent child. What an innocent child. Here child is noun and innocent is adjective, and the sound of innocent is of vowel. So here I have placed an. What a huge building. What a huge building. Here building is noun and huge is adjective, and it has the sound of consonant, so I have placed a here. So again look at this board. I have told you that you don't simply watch my video. You must have a pen and paper in your hand so that you could note it down in your notebook. You just try to think yourself that you are sitting in my classroom and I am teaching you. Okay? So, next association, an plus speed or rate. Speed or rate. If you have to show the speed or rate of a noun, in this case you have to use either or and before the noun. And plus speed or rate. It means to show speed or to show rate of a noun, or an is used as per the sound, For example, rice is sold ₹40 a kg. Here I am showing the rate of rice. In Hindi, चावल 40 रुपये प्रति किलो बिकता है. This is rate. So again, listen. If you are going to show either speed or rate of your noun, you have to place either or and with your nouns. If your noun is of consonant sound, then there is a. If your noun is of vowel sound, then there is an. For next example, I drive my car at 60 kilometer an hour. Okay. Here you are showing the speed of your car, that is limited to 60 km an hour. So dear, again listen to me. Again I am saying to you, actually I just try to make everything clear so that you don't feel yourself that you are watching my video having your phone in your hand. I just try to make you feel that you are sitting in my classroom. And for this I have suggested you that you should have a notebook and a pen in your hand so that you could note down, you could write down everything that you are listening, that you are hearing, that you are trying to make me out in my session. So I drive my car at 60 kilometers an hour. This is the speed of my car actually, and rice is sold at 40 rupees a kg. Here I am showing the rate of the rice. So here is why here is because kg is the noun that has the sound of consonant. Here hour is the noun that have the sound of vowel. It's why I have used an hour. Okay. So I think it should be clear also. Now next. Before after many, as, being, you have to place either a or an after many, as or being. I explain. Many plus a or an plus singular noun, singular countable noun. As plus a, an plus singular countable noun. Being plus a, an plus singular countable noun. Again listen. If you are going to use many, as or being with your noun, then you have to place either a or an after many, as and being as per the sound of your noun. For example, many a leader in India is corrupt. Very clear. Many a leader in India is corrupt. Here leader is singular and it has consonant sound, so I have placed a here. Many a leader. Okay. It means बहुत सारे नेता. It has plural sense but singular use. You can write also many leaders in India are corrupt. So in this case, the composition, the structure of your sentence will be changed. If you use many without a, here your noun leader should be in plural form and here your verb is should be in plural form. It means if you use Many without a, you have to write many leaders in India are corrupt. Okay. As a student, you are very sincere. As a student, you are very sincere. Dear, one thing you know here, as is used to show the state of noun. State something or somebody is something or somebody is. This is called state. As is used when you have to show the state of your noun. As a student के रूप में as a student you are very sincere. Being a teacher to you, I can ask you any questions. Here being a teacher. Okay. Being is used to show the relation or a state of non-living things. You might have read, you might have been taught in your class, it being a rainy day. I decided to stay inside. Right? It being a rainy day, I decided to stay inside. In हिंदी, बारिश का दिन होने के नाते हमने घर ही में रहने का निर्णय लिया. It being a rainy day, I decided to stay inside. So being is used to show either a state of non-living or relation of living body. Teacher is living body here and being is showing the relation. Teacher, आपका टीचर होने के नाते, being a teacher to you, I can ask you any question. आपका टीचर होने के नाते मैं आपसे कोई भी प्रश्न पूछ सकता हूँ. So dear, I think you will try your best to be cautious while you are using as and being. Once I am saying to you, as is used to show the state of living body and being is used to show the relation of living body and the state of non-living body. Okay, so after many as and being, you have to place, you have to associate either or an with your noun. If your noun is in singular form and your noun is countable. Clear? Next. Plus little, a few. These two words are very important. We use a before little and a before few. Little is used as an adjective with the noun that is uncountable. You mean little is used to show the mass of the noun and few is used to show the number of the noun. So if your noun is countable, then you have to use few. If your noun is uncountable, then you have to use little. A little means, you might have read, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. A few leaders are coming out of their houses in this lockdown. Clear? And a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, you might have read. A few leaders are coming out of their house in this lockdown. Okay? And a little is used to show positive sense. In the same way, a few is used to show positive sense. Okay? So dear, this is what I taught you about the association of O and N. And I hope you might have understood everything. If not, you try to feed your comments in my comment box. If not, you try to WhatsApp me. Okay, I am giving you my WhatsApp number 9504162263. Again 9504162263. This is my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me about you any problem, not only regarding articles or anything else. Okay, so I hope you are going to support me with your comments, and I promise to appear again before you with new heights, new ideas, new suggestions and new experience. Actually, life is not only about destruction, but it is about collection. Of course, everything has to be over here, but as a human being, it's our duty to collect day by day for our better future. So, with these few words, I am going to have the end of my session and wish you all the best. That's all.